What's going on, guys? It's Chad back here on some more MW2. So there's some more information that ended up coming out recently. They ended up posting these key arts here. Oh, there's a new trailer. Oh, never mind. Hold up. Wait, new trailer. Oh, that looks pretty nice.
You must forge your path.
Okay, it definitely doesn't look like regular castle. That was shipment right there. It looks nice though, besides the lighting.
Free for everyone.
Area where the boat is crashed at. It's like another edge of the map. One shot from the trailer that came from around the building right here. This is where the camera was looking down into like the courtyard over here, because I remember seeing these giant missile thingies. I mean, again, it looks really, really nice. It's just seeing things from a different angle now. There's just such a thick fog over everything. What was that sound? New playlist update available. Okay, what is it? I'll restart my game. Okay, they updated, but shoot, the ship is still here. Yeah, I was about to say, didn't Infinity Ward say that they would end up putting a poll every week to vote on what thing we're gonna end up having here from like a rotating poll that they have every week, or was it every 2 weeks? Because that poll came out last Tuesday. It's next Wednesday now, and we still haven't gotten a poll on what the next playlist thing was going to be. They just did a playlist update. We didn't vote for it this week. Is that normal? I feel like if we vote again, Shipment will win. Maybe not. I mean, I've seen plenty of confirmation from a lot of other people saying that they're only getting shoot house, so it's not like I don't get Shipment at all. Like, I mean, I got another shoot house game right here, but it does feel imbalanced. It just does. It's odd. It makes sense, but it's just, why is it even a playlist then if I'm not getting both of the maps? Like, otherwise I would just play a particular map. You know, it's like artificially slowing people down and like removing stuff that like just doesn't need to be touched. Dude's watching the kill cam after he like jumped around and shit. Oh yeah, nah, I'm just backing out. I got that one kill on him while he was flashed right there. Could tell that he was just trying so hard to survive immediately at the start of the game. Then I see that. Nah. And I'm rewarded. I get a shipment game. Let's go. So the leak from months and months ago that ended up showing the castle map, I mean, it looked immediately like castle. We all assumed that that was just going to be a multiplayer map, but apparently that's not going to be the multiplayer map. I didn't know if there was any confirmation or anything like about whether or not it was or was not the multiplayer map. I don't really know what's happening. There's no shot they put a sliding operator scene in there. Like, it's a useful mechanic. What's making it really funny to me, if part of the movement changes is like a slide change, which, you know, could or could not be true. It's so much funnier if that is the change, but people just don't even notice. When is the full blog post supposed to come? I forget. Deep dive on Ashika Island, new resurgence map in season 2, and Call of Duty Warzone 2. I don't care about the story. I don't think anyone cares anymore. It made sense for a little while. People were hyped and following. Now we just have no idea. Anyway, got the farms, which doesn't seem too bad. It kind of gives me like a storage town or like a scrapyard kind of feel, which I don't hate. Lookout in ruins, obviously a bunch of rock. North Sea wall. Further into the ocean are a pair of L-shaped concrete barriers sunk into the sea floor to prevent tidal flooding. These can be accessed, though the hiding potential is limited unless you enjoy lurking just under the water's surface. There's a small boat launch to complete this installation. Gas station, science center, river. I mean, they got a million different images on here of this place. I mean, the map looks nice. Again, I don't want it to be a repeat of yesterday's video. I'll say this, with all this information that we're getting here with this, obviously this blog is supposed to be a deep dive on Ashika Island. We're only gonna have info on this, but I feel like multiplayer, I mean, it's been like this for a while, but I just don't even know what's going on with multiplayer anymore. And then like the one thing that makes it, it's not like the multiplayer is bad or I have to be playing Shipment in order to enjoy myself or something for it, but nothing new has come out or anything at all. Not even like interesting bundles, and that makes me feel like they're putting their heads down and like bundles aren't the focus, which makes a lot of sense, which in a way bodes well. It would be kind of a bad look if the game was dying and they're still just pumping out a bunch of things, I guess. But like even on the changes list, when they were talking about all the things that were coming in like the full blog post, when they were just outlining everything, it just feels like multiplayer is just not there. The game's multiplayer, in my opinion, has all of the tools to succeed, especially with the coming changes, but there just hasn't been any actual changes because of, you know, the delays and just their initial vision was just off. So they're behind, and I can tell, like, that, you know, I know that they're putting their head down and they're putting a whole lot of work into trying to advertise all this new stuff. I get it now, but I think this is going to be an entire process. This update's going to come out and a lot of people are going to feel like, oh, it's not that big of a deal, but I feel like over time it will get better. I was able to enjoy this entire camo grind on this game just the way that it was. So all of these changes are all net positives for me. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that feels like that as a multiplayer guy. We just haven't really had any attention. And I know that sounds like so weird, but specifically as a player base, again, I get it. But they also had the most successful launch and have the biggest opportunity to capitalize on stuff. And it just, you know, definitely didn't go the way that they were planning. The port over here, the little bridge over here. I mean, the map definitely doesn't look like it's gonna play bad. It feels like all of the areas can kind of have their own little engagements. I laid it over here at the canals. Okay, I think there's 3 people here. There's 1 guy over here. These 2 guys might fight each other. I'm gonna go after this 1 guy over here. He seems like he's looting. I will probably be the safest target. Get into an engagement with him, you kill him, you go through all this stuff, you realize that you're making a whole bunch of noise, you realize that there's more than 3 players, there's like 5 of them. In the process of you scrambling and everything, and you're realizing, and you got it all visualized in your head, you know this area of the map like the back of your hand, like a multiplayer map. You feel like this is your secluded thing. Randomly, you just have somebody light you up from behind on a mountain range somewhere. Now, I understand that in spirit, that's what a BR kind of is. It's a very large map, and you don't want to have very long engagements because people will come and punish you for it. It's also a map design thing, where you don't want the highest point of the map to always be the strongest point at all times. And if you create parts of the map that are able to at least have contained engagements and safe engagements within that area without having all that interference from that dominant spot, I think that is the proper way to design the map. That elevation absolutely will always have its advantages. I just don't think that it should always be the pinnacle of the best spot to be always. And map design heavily influences, even though there is like a mountain and stuff over here, the way that the recoil is on this game and the way that the weapons are, you could shoot at some people, you know, in certain areas, but generally speaking, you're not going to be able to there's a lot of cover for people to be able to move around here. They might have elevation, but you have cover. And without ripping into the other maps too hard, because I know everybody hates that, there was a whole lot of that before. So there's residential area over here, which actually looks pretty nice. This rooftop is about as high as this mountaintop. Yeah, I just like the point of interest here. I like the way that they look. They don't look like they're always designed in this quote like realistic way where it feels like there's a million different corners and stuff. It feels like the design team, the way that they are designing their buildings and stuff like that, we're not seeing a lot of those old really bad designs that they had before, where there was like 1 way in, 1 way out, no way to interfere with any of the players or anything like that. Now we have some tools to be able to help with that, but it didn't exist before. There's shipwreck, which looks like literally it just has shipment, the map just sitting there, perfectly symmetrical on like a crash. So imagine this thing crashes and then all this stuff falls off the side and it all perfectly lines up, all next to each other, perfectly spaced between each of them on both sides. I'm happy that they're doing multiplayer designs within it. That'll speed things up because not everybody's gonna have to be, you know, checking all these extra corners that they have. It's just so weird though. I thought that they said that we would be able to get like a weekly vote. Anyway, the new Diablo season is out and it seems like they're making it as easy as ever. As soon as you start a new seasonal character, you can immediately like equip like level 70 stuff with this new altar thing they introduced. I think it's only open for like a week, so I'm probably gonna go play that right after this. They bumped the Typhon set. I also need to edit the rest of the randomizer. I'm just happy I've been doing this whole weapon charm grind at my own pace, because I'd be losing my mind if I felt like I had to wake up every day and at least get 1,000 kills every single time. This could have been done so long ago, but I'm not even mad about it, because I don't even know if it's possible to get the unlock. I saw, I think like 2 days ago, that somebody was saying that they ended up unlocking it, but I know that there were other people that ended up finishing the challenge before and they got nothing. And I haven't heard anything from those certain people that have the unlocks before about them getting the reward now or at any point. I don't know, maybe everybody already got it and it does work now, but yeah, it's literally just a charm. It's not even really a high quality charm either. I mean, it's another challenge down though. Maybe they'll concentrate on multiplayer after they are done scrambling to try to save everything, so I don't know, we'll see.